When my mom died last November, my soul completely shattered and I haven't been the same since. So I scheduled an appointment with a medium. There's a reason why I'm doing this. I lost my best friend and lover of 10 years in 2015, and that shook me to my core. That actually changed my life in so many ways. It impacted me positively and negatively. I felt like a part of my spirit was shattered and a fragment of it was left in that time. I was never the same. And when my dad died, I also felt a similar feeling. Like a fragment of my spirit was left in that time, and I changed physically as well. I started getting health problems, anxiety, fear around death, and I was losing my faith in life, happiness, joy, meaning. I was starting to spiral. But when my mom died, I have never felt a feeling like this. I felt hopelessness on a level that I've never experienced in my life. All hope and faith just gone. Life immediately felt like a joke. It felt like I was on this impossible quest to find joy and happiness. It inspired me to seek more. So after months of my health slowly declining because my mental space was just in a very, very dark place, I decided I didn't want to feel this way anymore, and I wanted to have joy in life again. I wanted to find that hope. First sought out EMDR, which has helped me in so many ways with the trauma and the memories. It is one of the best investments I've ever made in my life. It has helped me in so many ways, but there's still that part of my spirit that feels gone. So I did what any sensible person would do, and I hired a psychic medium. Now, I haven't gone to my session yet. It starts in the next 20 minutes. So this is me prefacing the experience. Worst case, it doesn't work out for me. I don't hear anything that I need to hear, and I'm just out some money in an hour of my time. But best case scenario, I get information that changes my life and inspires me and gives me hope that there is something more to this and that my loved ones are okay. But right now, this feels so much better than not trying. I mean, I have nothing to lose. I will try anything. How I'm feeling right now is somewhat nervous, but mostly just open. I don't know what to expect. I have zero expectations. I've had a psychic reading before, and I just know I'm just going with no expectations because the answers you always get are gonna be what they are. Sometimes they're not even related to what you're going in for. And what I'm hoping to hear and feel is that my loved ones are okay. I just need something to tell me that they are in a safe place. And this doesn't replace therapy. Therapy is priceless. I will be doing therapy for the rest of my life. This is just my personal experience and what I'm doing. It's not advice. This is just, I'm doing whatever I can to reconnect to something more. The only thing I'm scared of is that nothing comes through. My loved ones don't come through, that I get no confirmation that they're safe. And that would leave me feeling more disconnected than ever. But we'll see. My session starts in 15 minutes, so I'm gonna meditate and get on. That was quite the experience. I had to get some hot cocoa, mint flavored, very good. For the session, I met him on Zoom, and right away he started going into the things that he wrote down prior to the reading. And the things that he wrote on the list were extremely aligned with my life and the trajectory of it and the experiences that I'm having right now. And then he wrote down mom. Right at the beginning, I was holding back tears, trying not to just completely lose myself. My mom apparently came through very clearly, very quickly. And just some of the things that he picked up on, like her health prior to dying, what exactly happened in what areas when she was dying, all the way down to my bracelet. I feel like for the most part, he was pretty spot on. Down to Corey, he was able to just capture his essence, like what he looked like. The messages that I got from that end was exactly what I expected from him, which was confirming. So confirming to me. There were also some crazy things that he picked up on, like me doing social media and how I'm kind of living in the creative space and where my head's at and what I'm experiencing. And the fact that he was able to speak on that in a way that made sense to me was really cool and confirming. He also mentioned a past life, and I've always been pretty skeptical about past life readings because I'm like, how am I supposed to know? What kind of confirmation can I possibly get from a past life reading? So I was skeptical, but when he told me about my past life and just an experience that I had in my past life, my whole body got chills. And I just immediately felt like, oh shit, I completely forgot something. It was the weirdest feeling I've ever had. I can't describe it other than just the feeling of oh wow, I'm recalling a memory I forgot. It was so strange. And I need to sit with it more, but it was definitely a very interesting feeling. It does inspire curiosity into past life readings more now than ever, just out of sheer wanting to see what this might mean. And the fact that he said so many things that either gave me a physical sensation, called me out and dragged me by my hair, or just completely confirmed the afterlife hit me so unbelievably deep. I again was just expecting to not really feel anything, just because I'm open to psychics in that world and all of that spiritual stuff, but sometimes I do get skeptical when it comes to psychics, because I'm like, how do I know if they're real or if what they're saying is real? Like, as much as I'm in my own spiritual woo-woo world with my meditations and like my rituals and practices, I still have a skeptical mind about it, in a way that I'm just like, is any of this even real? Am I just doing it? I mean, of course, in my perspective, it's like, well, what harm does it actually do if I'm taking into these practices and things like that? But it was just confirming to me that there's something beyond what I can see with my two eyes, what I can touch and feel. And it really, I mean, when he even spoke about my health journey and my panic attacks, the panic attacks that I've been experiencing has felt like an infection. It has felt like from the very first time I had my first panic attack, it just festered and it grew and grew and grew. And, I was having these massive panic attacks that were just like unbelievable. But that was such a huge talking point because it has been such a prevalent experience in my life. And I didn't say anything about it. I just let him talk about it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, so interesting and insightful. I was given advice on how to work through it. Some of it I'm already taking. There's so many different things that I was given to work on that should hopefully help me with my panic attacks and heal them. And although there was one thing that didn't really connect, it felt like it was a little too vague, but I still felt like this may not have connected, but all the other things connected. They really, really came together, and I can't expect somebody who's imperfect to be able to be perfect with everything. When I think about how I'm feeling right now, I feel so hopeful because, y'all, my mom would not stop talking. My mom came through so much. Every category that we spoke on, my mom had something to say, which is so very like her. I'm just remembering. He said that my mom would come to me with hummingbirds. And I'm like, hummingbirds? What are you talking about? And I just looked at my window for a second, and I remembered after she died, I had these hummingbirds that would come to my window. It was so strange. It just like appear and then they would fly away. It was bizarre. It's never happened before or since then. But that's really magical. I'm in real time experiencing this realization. In a way, I feel like the pieces of my soul that were fragmented and left in those moments when I was experiencing death with my loved ones, I don't really feel like I'm totally healed in that aspect. I feel like there is still a lot of work to do on my end to reclaim those parts of me that I feel I left. It didn't magically fix me. I don't feel that way at all. I know tomorrow may be a new day that I have a new anxiety, but I do feel now that I have a renewed hope and faith that there is something more beyond this reality, that life exists after death, and that now I can start to heal from these losses. And I mean truly heal, not just therapy, because EMDR addresses the memories, the trauma, the experience, but it's me that is here to heal the grief, the loss, the feelings. EMDR will still be my main healing tool when it comes to addressing my traumas and memories and some anxiety and panic, because I am noticing a physical change in my body as I'm releasing the stored emotions and memories. I think it's had such a huge impact on me. I will now also implement and balance out this brain physical healing with a spiritual practice of my own. Meditation, taking walks more, connecting with nature, and in a way that's intentional, not just because I want to, or just because I'm like, oh, look, the trees look nice, but because the intention is to heal me in my spiritual connection to whatever exists beyond. And although I am not 100% fully healed, it did give me a sense of purpose and hope and faith in life. I mean, just a new perspective on how I can communicate with my mom and loved ones, and how I can honor them and honor myself. That's what made it worth it. So if you've lost somebody and you feel like your soul is just in pieces and cannot be vacuumed up, swept up, picked up, just at a total loss, you are not alone. Grief makes us reach for weird things, soft things, spiritual things, science, therapy, all kinds of different things to heal us. But for me, this reading was just about teaching me to have faith again and hope in my future and just live life fearlessly. I don't have all the answers about the afterlife. Even after this reading, I still have many questions. I just know that losing her broke my heart. And if you're also experiencing grief, I hope and hope and hope that has inspired you to go out and seek kind and loving help in whatever way helps you feel whole again. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I will see you in the next video. Bye.